Hello everyone and welcome to UNF1 here for Tier 2 at the Belgian GP. I am Pepsi Freak 212 ROP, back from a couple races off, and I am joined by the Donster again, who joined me for Brazil. So Donster, say hello.
Hi everybody.
That we are here. It's good to have you back, and it's a happy days are presumably here again, and we're going to have a nice, hopefully, race here at Belgium, and maybe for a little bit of rain possibly in the forecast for some chaos thrown in the works. But, yeah, we are here at Belgium, and it's a very old circuit, very technical circuit, and a track where a lot of drivers do kind of want to win it because it's a race. It's not a race of endurance per se, but it's one of the longest races on the circuit, and you really want to do well here. And a lot of drivers are looking for their first win or trying to make good points today because our current points leader, Joey TJ Games, is sadly not here today. Was not able to sadly make it here today, and it could be a good chance for Troy or Cross Tommy or someone else in the field that we don't know about to get some good points and catch them up through the standings. So you've been following a little bit more of the action than I have, Donster. So besides Joey TJ Games, anything worth noting here? Anyone that maybe should catch our eyes?
Your man Chris Bishamalo, Chris, I think that's how you pronounce the name. Chris number 8 there. He's pretty quick as well.
Oh, Noah
he's
has
a new driver.
Retired from the session. Hold on, let's just make sure he actually binned it. Let's just see. Oh, yeah, he's lost it, and he's hit the wall. He's lost it in the turn. If I pull up my map, because there's a lot of corners here. Sometimes these corners get a little bit tricky. Yeah, he lost it off in the 8-9, so he's right after Rivage. So not what you want to see here, and he's going to be probably the first of many that lost it. Especially this last corner Josh Brown's going through here could be very technical. Now, I guess we'll ride on board here with Josh Brown. So if you don't know what the circuit looks like, this is what we'll take on a quick rundown here. As Josh Brown breaks, going off into turn 1 here of La Sauce, and he's going to go up the long run here. And this is one of the most famous corners in F1, you could say, up a Rouge, where it's fast left, right, where you do not want to take it too wide if you value your life. As he's going to come there, clip the grass a little bit, get very squirrely, and he is around, and he's going to hit the wall. Oh,
exactly
he clips
what
it,
you were saying.
and he clips the Pirelli sign, but he's still good to go, so he'll have to come around, get a new wing, and presumably a new change of fire suit, but he'll be at least no worse for wear. But yeah.
He's lucky to save it there.
Oh, and around goes Logan Pedro, and he's hit the wall similar to Magnussen did in 2016, so that's a second car that's already clipped the
It's very slippy out there, maybe.
It is. Oh, I got a bad feeling. JWM got very squirrely off turn 1 here, so hopefully he doesn't do the same thing. 2 cars have already lost it. Please don't make it a third.
On board with Logan Reed at the moment. He managed to survive.
Oh, wait, someone else did it too. No, that's still the Red Bull. Yep, Logan Reed Media survived along a few others. Now, back to my track guide here. If you can survive East of Rouge, which is very slippery with medium traction, I don't know how you and the rest of the field are going to do tomorrow with no traction, because God save the Queen. But anyway, up to these next couple corners here, left, right, technical. Got to get the car very positioned here because it's very easy to kind of go wide there. So you Cross Tommy let JWM go on his outlap here. Going to go from one of the off-camber corners here in the 8-9 complex. Then you're going to go past Rivette. And then you don't want to go too far here because you can easily get a cut if you're not careful. If you hit that F1 sign, then you're going to come down and you're going to go down Puhan, which is about a 6-gear corner here, and you got to keep the throttle in. You want to take it loose, and there goes JWM Films, and he's around as well. I was going to just say that on that corner there, you can easily kind of kick the back out if you're not careful.
I lost the back end a lot practicing for Tier 1 tomorrow through there.
It's one of those corners where if you're just not thinking, you hit it, and
it's very bumpy once you go off the track there as well. Like once you go off the track, it's just bumps, and you just lose the car. As JW has done.
Well, this track guide has gone horribly wrong because every time I got on board with someone, someone has lost it. So Logan Reed Media sets the purple sector race. 3 cars have already visited the Shadow Realm here today in 3 separate areas. So I guess we'll ride on board with Nova and let him try to finish it, hopefully, and not lose it. Yeah, because anyway, go through this corner here. If you go too aggressive and too fast, you're going to clip the ingress and lose it. And if you go too wide, you may go for a spin as well. Then he's going to go through the next complex here, left, right, left, past the Armco sign. And then you're going to go through this the right section of the Stavelot. And then here we're going to pass one of my favorite corners, Old Lady's House, where we've heard from JWM Films that if you go in there with someone behind him and the dirty air is so bad that if you get bad dirty air, you may go wide and you may have a trip into Old Lady's House. Then after that, almost all the technical corners are done. Now you're going to run up to Blanchimont here, past Blanchimont, and you got 2 more corners here of the chicane. Get down the braking zone here. Want to get the car as planted as you can. Don't want to go too deep. And this last corner could catch a few people out as well, especially in Tier 1, because it's very easy to plant. And it looks like Nova almost hits the back of the Haas driver, and that will be 1 lap around here. Much to the chagrin of cutting through 4 cameras here. But that is 1 lap around here through 3 different drivers' perspectives. So anyway, while we were watching, Chris Belachimo is now up in the P1 position, on pole position. Frecci Viola, who's had a bit of a dud season so far, is in P2. And same thing with Ferrari teammate at P4. But we do have Cross, Tommy, and Troy yet to set time, so I do think their time, and Broomhandle. So those times may fall. But for now, right now they are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Branchmont, Freddie, Nova, and MC Don.
There's Chris at the moment, P1. I was saying about him. See, he was a new racer last week. I think last week was his first race, but I think he was on the podium.
Yep,
finished second.
I'd have to go back and check that. I'll take your word on it for you, though.
Not 100% on the position, but he was definitely on the podium. So he could be.
Well, go ahead. Sorry.
No, he could be running in with the front runners today, hopefully. Spice it up a little bit at the front. Yeah.
That he may. I do like the pink helmet, though. Man of style here, as he actually is going to dip it down pit road. We'll check on what Cross Tommy here. He's on his last couple corners here, so he is on a flyer. It looks like he could be he's not going to probably get a 142, but he'll get something. It will be I know it will be a 142. Proves me wrong. Yeah, 142.8, and that will put him into P2. So Silence
is on mediums, was it? Cards was it?
I think Silence is on medium. No, he was on mediums along with Silencer, so he did.
Yeah, Cross Tommy did that time on the mediums. Wow.
Yep. That he did.
That he did.
That's a good time on mediums. That must be a little bit sweating because no other driver's yet done that. Like every other driver around is about soft. So Silencer sets a 145 on mediums. So yeah, very intriguing indeed. Staloviak's going to have to come in pit lane here because I guess he didn't like the lap or invalidated, so he's coming back down pit lanes, and that will probably be the first runner of qualifiers done here today. And I just think we're going to have more carnage because we already had 3 drivers go to the Shadow Well, metaphorically speaking, and I got a bad feeling we got a couple more probably going to join them, presumably. So this could be... Because I'm reminded of the first race of UNF1 Season 1, where basically that footage said he lost to the Sands of Time, but it is worth noting in that race that Paulo was able to get his first UNF1 podium in that race because it was basically a commodity race where a lot of drivers were crashing and a lot of drivers were not were struggling out there, and it allowed Paulo to get his only podium in UNF1. So this is a race that has a history of providing some freaky podiums and some freaky winners.
It's a very demanding track. Find like there's so many corners, it's so easy to lose time and to lose the car completely.
That it does.
Yeah. Troy on an outlap now, warming up the tires.
Yep, Troy's got a little bit of distance where he crossed the line because it's such a long circuit. We already, it takes a minute 42 to get around here and a minute 42. So by the time you get around here, you've already wasted almost 2 minutes trying to get ready for an outlap. And if you invalidate, you waste another 2 minutes. So a lot of pressure on the drivers. You have to keep it clean. And for some of the drivers like It's Me, Mr. G, Paul, who's currently on an outlap, who's going up a rouge here. Hopefully he can plant it well. All right, he keeps it clean. Good for him. But for some of these drivers, it's maybe now when you get into crunch time, if you still haven't set a time, you may just want to go out there and just put a time down regardless. Risk it because it's not worth starting in the back, especially around here. So why not just play it conservatively and just put a time down? So I guess that is a good question I should throw to you since you are the driver in this situation. If you let's say there's 5 minutes left on the clock and you don't have any time set yet, do you try to take that last qualifying lap conservatively, or do you still push for it and go for pole?
Oh, it's you have. I think you go about 90%. You don't push completely because there's no point starting at the back here. Like it's just going to be a DRS train pretty much. I think throughout the field, and there's no real other chances to overtake. So qualifying is really important. I would have went out. I would have definitely not left it till the last 5 minutes to post the time, though.
Oh, 100%. But sometimes you just get unlucky and you put times down. But I think Paulo may have, he crashed off in the same spot Noah did, or right here at this wall here, because he did retire and he was off the side of the road. And I think Broomhandle's also going kind of slow right now, but he's got no damage. He's just kind of slowing up for his lap here. But yeah, another driver has been claimed by the Spa circuit right now. We're now down 4 runners. But personally, from when I personally drive in this game as well, if you work as actually Troy has just invalidated as well, so he's now gonna have to go around again. So you may even decide to pit and get another fresh set of rubber because
that's what I would do. The tire degradation here is high because the track is so long, you know.
And now he's actually going to be in the situation we just provided. Now he's P2 in the standings, so he can't afford really to start in the back. So he may decide to take conservative. But we do got a long road here, so we'll see how he does it. But yeah, back to me. I know there was a bunch of races in Season 1 where I cut it a little bit too close, where it was like 5 minutes to go, and I just cut. I'm like, screw me. And I'm like, all right, I still have to go for pole, though, because I'm like, I don't want to start P last. But at the same time, I don't want to start middle of the pack, because that's where calamity is, especially in Turn 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're really screwed. It's better to start in the back and let calamity happen in front of you than start in the middle and be part of a calamity. But
Yeah.
that's my 2 cents. So I'm still going 100%. If I invalidate, I'd rather start in the back and then just pick them off. It's not great, but it's better than getting damage lap 1 and having to pick up the pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, once you get damaged, your race is over pretty much, unless you get a safety car and very lucky.
And some leagues don't run safety cars. UNF1 does, so there is no penalties there. Nova around again, around that left-right complex there, right at the end of Sector 1. He's looped it. Luckily, no damage, but that's another driver that has spun it. So it is just
must be
a lot of
to
drivers.
change of direction, yeah.
I mean, I know when I personally drive this in the track, quick races, and I don't like this circuit. And I'm glad it lost in the poll vote for the end of Season 1 because it's a situation where this track is just those elevation changes really catch you napping, and it's a very technical circuit. So
yeah, breaking downhill is very tough as well, not to lose the car. And it just rises and goes down, and then it's like, that's where I'm on board with Nova Rocky now. It just goes down and down and down. It's so weird.
We do actually have some confirmation. I'm looking in the chat. We do have some information from one of the drivers on the grid that this could be a wet race. We'll have to see. But if it is going to be a wet race, Park Fermé is off, so there is no rhyme. They can switch to a wet setup. But there is that concern that...
I think it might have got voted in. It might have.
It did, because I have not kept up to... Oh, and around goes Silencer, and he's looped in front of pit lane. Okay, so right now we had someone loop it in the started section of turn 1, someone loop it in the left light complex, someone loop it into Rouge, someone turned 8-9. Everyone's looped in almost every section or turn so far. So, yeah. Got to keep the... If this is how they're driving on a dry track, I don't want to know how they're going to do on a wet track. But, we got 5 minutes left, so you better have your popcorn ready, because this is going to be interesting. Broom Handles actually went up to P2, by the way, while we were kind of rambling and raveling there. Broom Handles P2...
good time out of Broom Handles.
That is a good time. Cross Tommy is on an outlap, and he's got 5 minutes left, so I think this may be his last attempt at it, because he's going to come around with 3 minutes, and he'll either have 2 laps, one with good tire wear and one with average tire wear, or he gets 1 lap at it, and if he validates, he validates.
Depending on the weather, you might have to start on them tires, so if you do 2 laps on them tires, the tires will be dead.
Yeah, we don't know.
Starts.
That is true, and we don't know when the rain's coming, because Josh Brown is retired, and I think he's actually just retired on circuit. Hopefully that's the case, because that is technically illegal. And we'll see as we watch up with Freddie here. We'll see if his car is stationary or not. I think I see him in the distance there. I think he is just retired on circuit, so that could be a penalty coming his way. So yeah, that's not what you want to see, Josh Brown. Actually, no, I think he's missing. It didn't look like he has damage, but I could be wrong. So we'll see if what the stewards decide to handle that one. But yeah, if you're going to go out now, this is where you're going to have to go out because
the track's so long.
Yeah, but back to the point I was trying to bring up, though, before I stopped, but where I saw Josh Brown retire on circuit, was a situation where Japan, where it rained about 11 laps in, and Manuel and Johnny both started on a race on softs, and they couldn't make their tires make it to the requested window, and they had to go out on a set of mediums because their engineer's like, oh, put them on mediums, and they had a pit, and then it started raining the next lap, and it was intermediates. So it was a situation where they kind of got...
I remember that race, yeah.
And you actually came over...
damage at the start. I took damage at the first lap and had to pit and was like 50 seconds behind and came forward.
Yeah, you recovered, drived well, and you actually were kind of keeping... I wanted to pit like with the last couple laps just to have some fun because I was already in P3, like 30 seconds behind, like 20 seconds behind Freddie and 20 seconds behind, 30 seconds ahead of you. I'm like, I want to pit, but I also don't want to risk having Don's to get that new fire under him and be like chasing me down because he sees me, so he's like, uh-oh, he may try to kick it into gear. So it was a situation.
That was my best comeback drive.
I mean, yeah, and you got another driver of the day. I mean, again, I don't think anyone's touched that record yet. I've not been keeping up with the books, but I would not be shocked if your record.
This year, though.
Tougher field.
So far. Yeah,
but right now, Cross Tommy is a half a second up on his time, so that would put him P1 right now, and he's on a set of softs. So as long as he doesn't validate, this could be interesting to see. Quick sip of water as he's going to go to the last couple quarters here. We'll see where he puts it.
He should get more time in the final corner with the softs.
But you could easily spin it on this last corner. I've done that countless times. No traction. Keeps the plant right. It's going to be an interesting run. It's going to be for the 69 car. A 141.9. He's broken into the 141s.
Nice.
So yeah, he should be calling it a day now. Just put it on a cool lap. No reason to improve. Don't want to kill those tires anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah. Chris and Broom are both on outlaps as we speak. They'll have one more attempt at this, and I think
just gone across the line.
Yep, Troy. So we'll keep an eye on him right now. But I think Chris and Broom will get one lap at it because right now where they are on circuit, they shouldn't be able to get. Actually, I think Broom will be okay, but I think Chris may only get one attempt at it. So Troy up a rouge here. We'll keep an eye on him. Kept the car kind of planted there. A little squirrely it looked like, but still going. Down the run here, we'll see where he's going to pass the Pirelli sign as he's going to head into the left-right complex here. We'll see where he's in Sector 1. Did not give me a split update there, but it gave him a 29.891. So I think that's around relatively pace what Cross was. But yeah, no split update, so hope he did not invalidate.
No, he's still going, so...
He's still going past this off-camber corner here of P10. Now he's going to go into Rivage and then past T9 here, and he's still going.
It's easy to lose it there as well. This whole track is just so slippery.
Yep, next corner here, doesn't want to get it, goes a little wide. Could have got a little closer to the apex, but also knowing how bumpy it is, you don't maybe want to play it a little conservatively here. Going to get a run down the next couple corners here. Going into Fagnes, and then he's going to Salvalot right here. I'm probably butchering all these names because, hey, I'm an American. But
don't worry about it.
he has said a purple sector too. Hey, this is not a professional stream. I may butcher some things. Long day. It's like midday here. It's a long day. It's been a long day. A lot of snow.
I've just done a whole day's work.
Yeah, I had to do some shoveling, so my mind's a little bit somewhere else right now in the cold.
Heavy snow, is it?
Yeah, I got some heavy snow. Last couple corners here. He's going to have a run to the line. It looks like it'll be a 141. It will be a 141.7. That will put him P1. Bumps Cross down to P2. And now can Broom or Cisco answer. Cisco has actually set a purple sector 2 here. He's up well over half a second at his time, so he could be looking at P1 position. It looks like, I think... Nova may have improved. Now he's up to P5 on a set of mediums, though. So, interesting.
That's a good lap.
That it is. Also, it looks like Hella High goes to P10, bumps Don outside the top 10. So, Don could start on a fresh set of tires. Here comes Chris. Cross the line. 142.022. No chance of a rebuttal. That will end his lap, and that will only keep him P3. So no improvement from him. Actually, he does improve, but sadly will not be able to go any higher than P3. Broomhandle, next man up, has also said he does have a purple sector 2, but I just don't think I think that's a little bit of a glitch because he was only about 1/10 up on his time. So I don't think he's...
on a lap as well, I think now.
Troy has decided to call it a lap. It's Mimus G has called it a lap. So it looks like most of the runners are basically started their lap or they got one more attempt at it. So we'll see here. Broom, the next man up. Can Broom set something here?
Fretchy just... invalidated there.
Fretchy, and now he's retired from the session. As Broom crossed the line, he does improve, but it will not be enough to jump any higher up on the grid. Yep, looks like a couple drivers have invalidated. Oh, and then Logan gets held up a little bit by Fretchy's retired car, so that's going to cost him a lap. He's probably done for the day there, too. Yeah. Hella kind of also got held up a little bit. Yeah, he's invalidated, so he's done. Logan's done. Nova's in the sand trap, so he's in the kitty litter, so he's done. I think that's basically it. I don't see anyone else that could everyone's either validated or has gone wide and it's basically have cost them their lap. I think Don Don is up in his time, so Don's the last improver here. So Don could try to bump himself in the top 10 here, but he's already done one lap on those softs, so does he actually want to improve? Because he gets a fresh tire choice right now, and he only could gain a couple more spots. There's a risk reward here, but he could easily possibly
get himself... start on softs here with no wear on them.
But again, it may rain. It may rain lap 1, so if that's the case, better to be up higher up the grid. So we'll see here, and he's gonna bump himself up to P7. So actually, gonna give himself a couple more spots up the grid. But he's gonna be on 2 laps old softs though. So not fun at all.
It was unfortunate to lose the 4 lads, though. But...
Yep, I mean there's some fast drivers in there: Pedro, JWM, Noah, and Paulo. They're all some fast in their own rights, but now they're gonna be coming from the back.
Turn 1. Hopefully no chaos.
Yep. I mean, if it rains lap 1, they may have dodged a bullet, them being in the midfield. But I'm just hoping if it does rain, we don't get shades of, I think it was 98 Belgium, where I want to say it was 98. The rain
all spread across the whole track, and there was about 20 cars smashed.
Correct.
Well, I remember that.
Correct.
Oh man.
Let's just hopefully it's not a shade of that, or else I think Commissioner, our czar, if you will blow a gasket and maybe
have a lot of work to do anyway with the stewards.
There's no red flags in these games, so there's no unlike in the old F1 games where if there was a red flag they could reset the race. Here, no so luck. If you crash,
the old games have a red flag? Yeah,
they did. The old Codemasters 360 games, the 2012, 2013, and 2014, all had red flags. Then they took it out. Then they took it out for some reason. And yeah, hasn't been seen since. But yeah, you could even get him online. So, but sadly,
Wow, that's cool.
no saving grace if it happens this time. But I over under you see. Actually, we should quickly say that Troy did get pole because I think we already said it. But Cross second and Chris Vizzo third, Broomhandle fourth, Noah fifth. Good run by Frecci and MSC Don Ferrari for sixth, seventh, Logan eighth, Josh ninth, and it's me, Miss G, rounding outside the top 10. But over under, you see a safety car here today?
Yeah.
I
With
feel
the way
like
qualifying went. Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel like I said that question. I'm like, it's like an obvious answer. It's like, oh, gee, I wonder what the answer's going to be. Yes.
To be honest with you, even if there's contact between guys, the runoff areas are quite dangerous and they lead to DNFs. You know, if even the smallest contacts and there is rain.
Oh, yep. It's landing lap 1. We have no clue though the conditions after, so it could dry up, or it may be rain the whole race.
I hope it dries up. I hope it dries up.
Well, we'll see here. If it starts, if it's like everyone's spaced out, then I'm kind of hoping it maybe dries out. But if everyone's still kind of close, then let's go chaos. Now remember, you got 24 seconds. I bet you right now someone has forgot to switch their dry setup to their wet setup, and they are going to be screwed going into the race.
Yep.
So one person's probably already done that right now, and they're probably cursing themselves right under their breath. But I'm reminded the last couple rain races we did, I think there were some lag outs. So I think I'm reminded of Coda. I'm reminded of a few others. So maybe hopefully everything.
Was that Tier 1, was it?
Yeah, and then also Brazil 2 years in a row. So hopefully the servers hold here. But yeah, 22 laps in the rain. We don't know when the rain will light up, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. But yeah. So yeah, long lap.
This should be good.
Yep, long lap here. So I guess while we wait here, since it's a long lap, I'll quickly plug some things here because they always tell me to plug things in my earpiece, so I guess I should plug some things. If you like what you see, why not like and subscribe to UN eSports. UN eSports provides multiple tier racing F1 leagues lobbies where they race Saturdays and Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern, and that is, I think it's 7 p.m. GMT if I'm not mistaken, and they race here. And they race, and they do a competitive field and bring some competitive atmosphere to a bunch of different... And it's also represented by a bunch of different nations as well. So if you like what you see, you can always watch and possibly even join us for possibly later if there are openings. So there should be some links somewhere in the About section where you can get to the right place and possibly apply for Season 3 or even be possibly coming on the grid in Season 2 if you get lucky enough. But other than that, also, you can also... subscribe to, as I say, you can follow me at PepsFreak212 if you need more commentating duties, among other things, or you want to hear my ramblings, my insane ramblings. And Donson, if you want to plug anything, go right ahead.
Yeah, if anyone wants to see any of the Tier 1 races, I'm going to start putting Tier 1 races up on my YouTube channel myself. The Donster 10 F1.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so make sure you follow him on his
Mm-hmm.
YouTube channel. I've seen he likes riding in cockpit cam, so it may be a little bit nauseating at first, but he'll get used to it. Get that realism. Nova and Broomhandle get disqualified on the formation lap there, and it looks like Broomhandle had something to say. And actually, did he crash out? Because I think... Oh, no, he's still in the grid. Because usually... That's weird. Because we're in spectate mode, so we shouldn't be able to hear his void, but unless he's got damage. That's kind of weird. Because you see Broomhandle's talking up in the right point there, and usually when that's the case, they're retired. Because we're in the void. Or the isolation chamber, like in Family Feud. So... Yeah. I wonder if he's... We'll see when he gets to the grid, but I got a bad feeling he may have actually been damaged. Also, look at this...
Damage goes away before the start.
I know, but I'm reminded of a CSR league I did once where someone got damaged on the formation lap and they actually stuck. But,
oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if that was a patch or something new, but maybe that was just a fluke, but kind of weird. But Chris right now is holding up the field while Troy and Cross are about to get ready to the line.
He's going to fire up his tires into the last corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing. Move. Yeah, one more thing I do want to say, if you want to hear the stat button for the Tier 1 race tomorrow, there is on Twitch, there's going to be Spanish commentary as well. So if you are a Spanish-speaking person, and you obviously probably don't understand what I'm saying right now, go to Twitch. Anyway.
Which is also cool as well.
Yep. Nope, Broomhead looks clean, so no damage. So kind of weird that he's talking in the void right now. But, yeah. Unless he retired. No, it said he only got disqualified. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully he no issues here, but that's kind of concerning. But other than that, yeah, 17 cars here today. Quick, who do you think's gonna win this race? Quickly.
Troy.
Troy, I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go Cross. I think he's in a bit of a slump. I think he's always finds a way to get out of his slump. All right, 22 laps here. We do have a yellow flag, sector 3. Don't worry about it. Hopefully they give me a good angle here. No, they're not. All the cameras are kind of glitched. There we go. All right. 5 red lights, and away they go off into the Belgium GP here. My Torrent timing story is already screwed up, but it looks like Cross Tommy gets a good jump into turn 1. That little bit of experience coming into pay, and he'll take a turn 1. Oh, the McLaren into the wall there. Josh Brown has hit it pretty hard there. It doesn't look like he took anyone else with him, though. And everyone's at least good going into turn 1. A little bit squirrely in the back here, but it looks like everyone's at least relatively okay. It looks like the Nova Rocky.
Getting loose. They're coming to go through Eau Rouge now behind the 2 Ferraris.
A couple drivers just cut a Rouge, but it's early. It's early. You'd rather survive. Noah going to try to make a pass around Pedro here for P14. Looks like the 2 McLarens fighting up for P9. Big pass possibly here for P5, P3. Crisco is in P3, and he's trying to make a move on Troye. A lot of action here. A lot of drivers kind of side by side here. So, a lot to cover. We got a possible move here for P6 is Novaraki, who got squirrely off turn 1, actually fighting Frenchie for P6, and he's going to get the job done. And now he's at the P6.
Frenchie got squeezed by his teammate, and then that allowed Nova to make the move.
I think you are correct.
Cross only 1 second, well, 9/10 at the moment.
If I'm not mistaken, I'd have to check my Atlas, but I think he's won. I don't know about Tier 2 races, but I know last season he was pretty dominant in the wet conditions. So, again, maybe something to look out for. It's me, Mr. G is down to P17. Noah up to P14 already. But I want to point out right now, and I don't want to jinx him, so I'm going to knock on wood. JWM Films up to P8 right now. He started relatively in the back, and now he's up to P8. So, good start for him. But long race to go. Don't want to.
Brown on heavy damage now. He's probably going to have to pit this lap.
Oh, yeah.
And the Mercedes of JWM nearly lost it.
Oh, my. All right, no more compliments, JWM. After I just gave you a compliment, and look what just happened. Paulo getting a little bit squeezed there, and he's going to clip the grass by the Red Bull Pedro.
JWM around.
Oh, come on.
And he resets the track.
And that may be a problem. I don't know. Again, I've not kept up with the rule pages, so I don't know if that's going to be a disqualification. Not disqualification, penalty or something.
Pit lane, Josh Brown, hella high. I'm presuming JWM is going to be down there. Paolo's in there as well. Broomhandle
is in pet pin. Yeah, no. Broomhandle gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting. I kind of got a little bit confused there in my words. I saw the Renault going in. I got mixed up. Sorry, the Renault. But yeah, looks like we got a possible here from P8. Oh, no, Veracchio was pretty wide there on a Rouge. Takes all that runoff road to his advantage. Logan Rig Media is actually... Wait a minute. No, scoring timing's kind of screwed up here. I was going to say Cross Tommy just lost the lead, but no, Cross Tommy is still in the lead. Just... Eventually the timing scoring will fix itself, and eventually we'll know what's going on. But yeah, Noah up to P9, and Pedro fighting for P9 right now. So good fight between these two for the last points paying... Well, between 2 points and 1 point. It's not the last points paying position yet. Yellow flag sector 1. Looks like Hella High has retired from the session. He's lost it, and that's right in the track. That should be a safety car. No, it's only a VSC, though. He's parked directly on the circuit, and Paulo went through him, and yeah, that's a hard lick.
Kevin Magnussen.
Magnussen didn't come that far back on the track, but still, though, yeah. I'm shocked that's a VSC, but I guess it gives the drivers a minute to catch their breath. I bet you JWM Films is kind of hoping for, along with Josh Brown and Paulo, are kind of hoping for a safety car, but I think it's a long race. There's another chance we'll obviously see another one, so keep your chin up. Long race.
It doesn't. Yeah, I don't know if there'll be too many people not finishing. Like, you know what I mean? I think there could be a few casualties here. So safety
casualties of war.
Yeah, pretty much. Trying too hard. But Chris looks like he got a penalty under the safety car.
Did he? No, I think. Let me check the intervals. No, he's only got drive-through. Some drivers. Oh my God! Broomhandle, MFC Don, Frecci Viola, Nova Rocky, and Paulo Frost all just sped under that safety car, and they're all gonna have to pit for drive-throughs. That just. Oh no.
I think they went past the safety car line. You know that line they have. If you go past it too quickly.
Delta was in the red, and they were trying to get as much time as they can. Now all of them are gonna have to pit for drive-throughs. Oh, that's just not what you want to see. That's a rookie mistake, and we're only on lap 3. Frenchie's already served his drive-through. Josh Brown's off in the grass. So yeah, very much chaos here on the first couple laps here. But it looks like a couple drivers have avoided the chaos. Yellow flag sector 3. JW's he has retired from the session. He was doing so well. I think I may have low-key jinxed him. Sorry, JWM. I am truly sorry if you believe in jinxes. If not, I got nothing else to say. But, yeah, that's not what he wants to see from his comeback race. But, he'll get back on his horse. He'll be here next week. But anyway, now he's actually left the session, so, yeah, I guess he's not too thrilled about the wet conditions here today. But anyway, Cross is... Probably. I did say someone probably didn't do it, and it may have been him. But anyway, Cross Tommy leads by a second, 1.5 seconds over Troy. Troy is over a second over Chris, but Chris does have a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, it's me, Mr. G, in the wall.
Oh.
He just went on to him.
He's still got... He's,
11th.
Yep, he's all right. He's not retired, so he can try to fix that. But all I'm gonna say is thank God this game doesn't have a limit on wings, because if that was the case, I think a couple drivers may be abusing their wings. They're gonna have to steal them from other garages. So if you see a Williams go out there with a Mercedes wing, don't question it.
Across Tommy checking out 1.6 at the front there. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. And Chris is actually slowly kind of reeling in Troy. He was well over a second. Now he's over, like, he's cut in about a quarter of a second. So he's slowly making time. Frecci Vile has passed It's Me, Miss G. And, yeah, actually, it looks like, yeah, Mr. Me just, yeah, It's Me, Miss G is going kind of slow because of the damage. So that's the yellow flag case. Broomhandle's actually decided to pit kind of early here. Only on lap 4. Let's see what he does here. If he's just pitting for damage, because it looks like he's got most of his, he looks like he's got his wings, so... Or is he... Oh, no, he had... Drive-through. He had the drive-through. He had to serve, so... Forgot. That was a drive-through he had to serve. But yeah, that's actually going to help Don, Logan, Noah, and a few others, so good for them. Pedro makes a move on Broomhandle, so now for P7. Don now gets a 3-second for multiple warnings. But yeah, it looks like the field actually slowly...
Broomhandle nearly lost. They're going through a rouge. Had just held it on the runoff.
Ooh. I've seen a lot of drivers do that so far, so it is a situation where it looks like a lot of drivers, again, with these wet conditions, but as far as we know, it's still wet out there, so... I know, the floor is floor, but yeah, it is still wet out there for right now. But yeah, it looks like, again, it looks like we're not missing anything up front. It looks like Ismichi has finally decided to pit for a new wing, and it looks like he's putting on another set of ins, so as far as we can tell, there is no switchover period yet.
Troy has made up that 6/10. Now it's that gap's back down to below his second.
Mm-hmm. It's just a 3-way car breakaway between Cross, Troy, and Chris. And I bet you right now, Joey, who's sitting at home right now, is probably not wanting to see this, because he's probably hoping Cross and Troy get some bad luck, because this is going to let him reel him back in slowly in the point standings.
Exactly, yeah.
He's kind of hoping Chris can get up there and fight along with Don and Logan, or possibly Troy and Cross have a little bit of a tango.
Cross Tommy used a lot of ERS there.
Yep, let's actually pull...
Troy's out of deployment completely this lap.
Yeah, he's actually used too much. So, again, actually, Cross only has 51%, but it is easy to get it back in the rain. But how much is Troy using his ZRS? Let's see. He's at 56, and he did just set the fast lap even when he couldn't keep using deployment the last couple sectors. So, Chris
I think sometimes in the rain, the ERS gives you too much wheel spin, and you actually go a bit quicker without it.
Mm-hmm. Don just is now... Oh, go ahead. You're fighting insight. No, you were providing insight. I was just going to say Don was serving his drive-through, but you were providing some good insight there.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I just thought that it spins the tires a bit too quickly and you lose traction. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, it's not a fair point. It's why they don't use ERS right off the line right away, because you don't put it in rich fuel because you don't want to get bad traction. You want to keep the wheel spin to a minimum, especially in wet conditions. So you may be onto something.
Yeah.
But... yeah, you don't want that extra power, but yeah, it's easy to save ERS around here because of slower speed, so you can't use it on straights, but different strokes for different folks. But anyway, with Don serving his drive-through, almost everyone that sped on the safety car has served a drive-through, and again, Chris is currently it looks like all 3 cars in the top 3 are around the same speed. It feels like when one driver makes slowly about a little bit of inroads, it's a situation where then the other driver makes inroads on Cross, and they keep kind of making inroads on each other. They kind of raise it and lower
laps, yeah. Just trading lap times.
It's just a situation where one's going to have to make a mistake in order to get the position. But Chris actually underfueled his car, which is kind of interesting, because his red light...
looks like the rain is stopping.
That is true. I don't see... Yeah, you may be... I don't see any rain. As they pass Old Lady's house, as Logan gets passed by Noah. Noah up to P4. Now, I'm not going to say where he started in the race, because I feel like I say it, next thing you know, he's going to end up in the wall like JWM. So, I'm just going to say that he's doing well.
Well done, Noah.
Well done, indeed. But yeah, Cross is currently still P1 and Troy second and Cross in third. As they're gonna again, I will find out shortly if someone's bearing enough to pit early. Because if you're Noah or Logan, you got nothing to lose. You're 17 seconds behind. You may want to try to get as early as possible because you have to make inroads on Chris, Troy, and Cross.
Yeah.
I guess that's another question I do have, is that as a driver, do you want to pit early when the conditions are changing and it feels like it's a situation where you can go in on, let's say, lap 8? Do you want to try to go one lap earlier on lap 7, try to get as early as possible, or do you like take it? Yeah. Or do you want to take it one lap later and like so?
If you're behind and you're about 4 or 5 seconds behind, I say you take the chance. What else have you got to lose, or not? You know, if you just go the same strategy as them, then you haven't made anything up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're slowing the pits or something, or a mistake. But
that is correct, and I think it is a situation where you want to pit on the lap or just a little earlier because you want to try to get that advantage. But obviously the risk is that if you bin it, or like how Vettel on 2011 Canada, where you put in the wet spot, you may end up in the wall. But back to my point, though, I think Chris, actually, we do have the yellow flag sector 3 here. I think it's just Nova. And Nova lost at last corner, so situation where he's gone a little bit slow. So again, not a good race for him right now, but long race still, time to recover.
Yeah,
but
it's only 6 laps old.
But back to my point, because the last 2 times I tried to say it, I've actually had another thought pop in my head. But Chris has actually underfueled the car, which is kind of intriguing, because you don't see that happen in the current game. Because unlike in last game where it was intuitive to underfuel the car, Rich Mix is so OP in this situation that you really don't want a light car. You want at least like 1 extra lap so you can burn the Rich. Yeah. So
and plus, whenever it dries out, you're going to need that extra power up this race as well, you know.
So kind of an interesting call by Chris. I mean, I guess maybe 2019 mindset, but it's not working badly for him right now, but we'll see when it dries out, unless he's got a plan. But yeah, Troy has made over half a second inroads on Cross, but again, where is he going to pass in these wet conditions? He's got no DRS, and they're running about same speeds on straights, so I don't see a really good opportunity where he's going to be able to force something unless he gets really brazen.
Just biding his time, waiting for the changeover point to get the perfect big jump. I'd say he's just going to wait for a lap or 2, and then if Cross Tommy doesn't go into the pits, he'll go into the mediums, or the mediums will go to the end from here, wouldn't they?
I mean, the softs go about, I've not done enough track knowledge on this one again.
They only go 8 laps, 7, 8 laps.
Yeah, the softs go about 7, 8, so the mediums probably go double that, so about 14, 15. 13, 14, 15 range, and that would be 15 plus 7 would obviously get you the 22. So it's doable.
Yeah.
As Nova gets a 3-second for multiple warnings again. But yeah, so this is right now our main battle here, and again, Cross, if he really wants to show that he's still a fighter in this championship and can actually still win it, he needs to have a statement win. And right now, this is his chance to have a statement win.
This is his best chance with Joey as well being away. You could really jump up close the gap between him and Joey at the front, at the top of the championship. Yeah.
Correct, because other than the first race of the season, he's not been bad, but Joey has like found that form where he's basically been pushing it. He's like how Cross won those 6 races in season 1. It's been that situation where he's found his form, and Joey's been in form while I think Cross maybe have a little bit of a hangover from season 1. He's not been bad, but like a Bottas, like he's been okay, but you expect a little bit better out of what he's doing.
Well, he's going to find faster guys as well. Like that's the thing, everyone's going to push each other to be faster. Everybody needs someone better than them, kind of.
Yeah,
you know?
Or else you get stagnant. It reminds me of, I know, a soccer analogy here, because screw it. I think there's enough British people here that I think they won't care. But it's like how Pulisic, when he played in the USMM team, he's like, oh, there's no one here really to challenge me because he knows he's got a starting spot secure. But when he played at Dortmund and then Chelsea, he has to worry every day because if he shows some weakness or he doesn't perform well, he'll get beaten. And it's a situation where he'll lose a start and then he'll not get as much time as Chris now sets the fast lap of the race.
Which has happened as well, like, for him at Chelsea. Like, he hasn't been a regular too much, like.
Yeah, and he has to prove his worth, or else he'll get no time. So it's a situation where you could go to Cross, if he wanted to, go to a league where it's a situation where he could easily smoke the field. But is it that really fun if you're smoking the field by over 2 seconds?
No, it's not fun at all.
As we do have a safety car right now, GTS has lost it, but I was going to say, it looked like Troy was about to make a lunge on Cross. But I guess he got saved by the metaphorical bell. Because it looked like Troy was going to make a lunge at turn 1, and now there's a safety car. Sadly, no cars are around his crash incident, but it looks like he went around that last corner before 17-18 at 6. Actually, there's a Ferrari going there. I think it's Frecci. You can get there quickly. Yep, he's just lost it and just lost to the right side of the wall.
Yeah, I see it there, yeah.
He probably hit that apex,
Fortunately.
got squirrely, clipped the grass, and then went the other direction. And that's going to be race over. Now, Frecci's actually coming in right now, too, so maybe he's going to try to go. We'll see here.
Some mediums.
Maybe.
Maybe, direct. Yeah.
Or maybe, because Ince should go a couple more laps. Maybe he's going to go for another set of Ince. Because I know, nope, because his teammate just came in and he's on a set of Ince. So, I don't think it's a switchover period yet. Nope, I think I see.
He's going for mediums.
Oh, he is. So he's trying something.
And he's serving a penalty as well, is he?
Yep. So it looks like the switchover period is here, or at the very least over here enough that drivers are starting to make it. Same thing with Paulo Frost. He's coming in as well. Great teammate season 1. Hopefully he can, if he is going for set of mediums, he can make this work. We'll actually ride on board with him as well. It's me, Miss G as well. Both of them are coming in.
Yep. Bring the lads at the back into play. And give Noah a chance as well. Hopefully he can stick with the front guys.
Paulo's fixing his wing, and it's me, Mr. G as well. I've never give you this good angle here. Yep, they're both on a set of mediums as well. So yeah, they're actually Paulo on a set of hards, but it's me, Miss G on a set of mediums.
So the hards, they're going to be terrible.
But does he think the mediums can't make it?
The medium behind the safety car, they will.
That's what I'm thinking. That would be about 10 laps. That would be 10 other. Yeah, I think they should be able to make it. Yeah, I guess that is a good question I do want to bring up as well, because I remember when I test raced it, I hate keeping the safety cars on. As actually our top 3 leaders have pitted as well.
I don't play with safety car, in the test race, because you just play against the computer, you know?
Yeah, that doesn't really give you an accurate range of where the tires go. So, but Cross Tommy just went on a set of softs, along with Troy, and actually Troy. Troy's actually pitted on for another set of Vince.
Oh.
He did not switch over to his fresh set of tires, so he's gonna have to come back around again. As Logan gets a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane, so that's actually going to help Noah big time. We'll see here. Noah puts on a set of softs, so it looks like the front runners are putting on softs, so they think the softs can make it.
I don't think the softs will. Well, they might. Nah.
I think it's going to be close. From what I remember, they can go. Yeah, they're going to be at the very end of their life.
Yeah, I was doing test runs and they were on like 58% on after pitting on lap 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And so
I mean, I remember when I drove, I made sure to take my tires as far as they could go, 70-80 range. So if they can make it to 58, they'll be fine. Punctuation is like 75. So if they can make it to 58 by the end, but they're going to be slower, obviously.
It's losing the car,
That's 100% correct, though, too.
And are you going to be quick enough to be able to? This is like a lot of high-speed corners, so there's using up a lot of grip.
100%. So yeah, you're gonna be
slower, like.
I feel like we're kind of. We need like a buzzer in here, so like there's a light, so when one of us is talking, the other one can't flip it off. It's a situation where I feel like I feel like all right, he's done, and I cut you off. But yeah, no, it's a situation where you want to play your strategy race. Nova's actually retired from the session as well. I think he actually binned it, so he lost it. Oh, and Josh Brown is around as well, and he's got some damage. But yeah, it's going to take at least another lap here, too, to get the field grouped up, because Josh Brown's just about to probably go in pit lane to fix his wing. So we still got
the soft runners.
Yeah, that's gonna be helping the soft runners. So, like I said, if I was here, I think I'd probably go a set of mediums, just because conservatively. But if you're in the top 8, you got to take it risky. But right now, Troy is kicking himself because now he's gonna fall down to 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. He could fall down to P8 if Silencer can quickly get to the end of the field, but that's gonna be a long distance.
Well, no, Silencer's gone full pelt, and they're behind the safety car, but then he'll catch them.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Remember, Troy's gonna have to pit, and the safety car is holding him. So I'm just wondering if he's gonna fall one more spot, because he'll get out before Don, but will he get out ahead of Silencer? But regardless, he's gonna have to pass his teammate. Proom has Noah, who's looking for his first UNF1 podium in a sanctioned F1 event.
And then Chris.
He didn't pit. Why did he not pit there? Just for clarification, Troy is on intermediate on your screen as well, correct? Just want to make sure there's no glitch or anything that I don't see. He is. Yep. Why didn't? Because now the safety car is definitely coming in this lap. So unless he's really trying to wait it out, but the problem is that's going to allow Silencer, Don to catch up, and even allow Frecci and Paulo to get there as well. So I don't get his logic here. The track is dry.
Maybe he thinks that their softs won't last anyway. They're going to have to pit again.
True, and he thinks that, he can do it, but at the same time, he's going to lose out to the runners on mediums. But one other thing worth noting is unless there's more rain on the forecast, if anyone in the chat right now could tell us, is there possible more rain coming, or is this a situation where
we want to know why Troy has not pitted for softs or mediums.
Even Joey right now in the chat right now is wondering why he's on ints. So even he doesn't know why he's on ints. So we don't know. We have no clue.
I wonder, does he know he's on ints?
I feel if he doesn't know he's on ints, I think we got bigger problems we need to deal with than him racing in this league. Like, I think we're gonna have to test his piss. Yeah, we're gonna have to test his piss. We don't have drug tests here in UNF1, but I think we're gonna have to test his piss because there's a situation where you can't not know you're not on ints.
What is going on? Is everyone caught up now, or Josh Brown still 48?
No, we do know you're Joey TJ Games in chat. Trust me, I think the Joey kind of gave it away. There's not that many people in chat, so I don't think it's that hard to guess. It's not like oh no, it's starting to rain again. It's raining again. Oh my god! I just saw drops.
Yeah, I see it as well.
Oh my! Then why did they pit on softs?
I don't know.
Then, oh my god! So why did they all pit on softs immediately? Unless it's just like a short rain shower that's not going to accumulate. Oh my god! So Troy is basically banking on this wet weather to stay wet enough that they have to pit for ints, while Cross, Chris, and Noah are all thinking that it's going to stay dry enough.
This has been the craziest weather I've ever seen in the game.
Yeah, I've never... It dried out for a little period of time, and then it went back wet. And the safety car's not coming in this lap because Josh Brown is so far back that they're going to give us one more lap. So we'll see if anyone decides to jump in.
He's on the hards, like...
Oh, never mind. The safety car is coming in this lap because it didn't flash up on the screen. So never mind. We are good to go here.
And it's still
Don
just
ran to the back of his teammate for a 5-second time penalty. And away we go. It is raining lightly, but how bad? Noah going very aggressive on turn 1 here. He's up the P2. Noah just capitalized like on 2 cars going slow there, playing a game maybe of chicken.
On Troy.
Oh, Troy is sinking. It's not dry. It's not wet enough yet. He's maybe banking on it staying, getting wetter. But right now, he's sinking like a stone. Chris on the back of Noah right now. Chris going to try to make something happen around the outside. Fretchy gets his 3-second time penalty. Chris and Noah side by side here. We'll see how it works. It's going to be a situation as they give me a terrible angle there, but it looks like Chris is going to take the position. Josh Brown sets the fast lap of the race. He was so far back, they gave him the fast lap of the race. Good for him. But,
yeah, because he's the only one to complete a lap on soft tires, or
Troy
dry tires. Yeah.
Troy down P7 right now, and now under pressure from silencer, so he's really banking on the rain getting harder. While I'm going to assume Cross, Chris, Noah. Then if that's the case, then why did Don, Fretchy, It's Me, Mr. G, and Paulo not pit for softs as well, if it was going to rain again? So many questions, no answers. No
Troy
answers indeed.
Slow. He just has no traction yet.
Yep, he is just sinking. Now he's got a train of silencer and Don behind him, and they're going to try to force to move quickly.
All the medium runners.
I will say this, if this strategy does work, and Troy is able to win this race by pitting on set events, I will personally get up and clap. Because Josh Brown has retired from the session. He's lost it. It'll be like one of those unbelievable stories where they, like, the whole restaurant clapped. I'll do that. Ooh. As MSC Don goes pretty wide there, it's going to allow a double stack up by the Ferraris. Ferrari, Fretchy going very aggressive there in the braking lunge, and he bumps Troy off. Alan had silencers around. A lot of things happening there. It looks like the wet conditions, and silencer has looped it, and he's damaged the car. Yellow flag, Sector 2, Sector 3. Just, Fretchy did not judge his braking point right there and just took Troy to Narnia. And in turn, probably may get a penalty for that, depending on damage. Yeah. It doesn't look like Troy has damage, though. But big battle up in the front here. It looks like Chris and Cross are fighting here for P1. Chris has really gotten the back across.
Penalty for that.
He did? Oh, no.
Yeah. A 3-second.
That is not what you want to see in this situation right now if you're Troy. But the thing right now is it looks like Cross is struggling on these wets, and it's coming down harder. I got to say right now, they got to make pit for ends sooner rather than later. Pile up the P9, but it looks like a situation where they are fighting for control right now. That is correct, Joey. If he does make it work, he does have a big brain. And that will be very interesting in the interview section. But right now, Chris really got in the back of Cross. I think Cross may have got a little squirrely, but he got it refired, it looks like. So time gained. But right now, let's just look up the...
Troy's coming back at Fred, you know.
Troy is 13 seconds behind. That is not a pit stop delta. So let's just see. I'll keep it on leader for right now, just to see the gaps coming down, if he's gaining or losing. Yeah, speaking of, he just passed Fretch. They gave me a terrible angle there. Yeah, he just passed Fretch for P6. And he's about 14 seconds back, so we'll have to check these times here.
He didn't look like he got any damage from that collision.
No, it looks he got lucky. That is correct. That's what you want to see sometimes. The gods of fate were smiling on him. But we'll have to keep an eye on that time. Oh, actually, Cross is coming to pit right now. Cross and Chris are pitting, so they are pitting again for another set of tires. And Noah. So how much time will Troy gain? Troy is right now going through the last couple corners here, so he's easily going to make out like a bandit. 5, 4, 3. Yeah, everyone is pitting. He has played this to a T. 4, 3, 2, 1. He is now up in the first position. And now Cross and Chris are going to have to chase him down. So, bravo. Bravo, Troy. You made it work. Beautiful job there. Beautiful strategy choice. Caught them all napping. And now he's up to P1. Cross in second. Cross got to get a little bit squirrely up a Rouge there. Had to back out of the throttle there. Now now Cross has to get 5 seconds on Troy.
Yeah.
The one thing I wonder though is who's at the fastest lap under that a period there. Let me just
Brown, was it?
No, Cross reset it. Yeah, so Cross will at least get the fastest lap bonus point for that. So at least no one's touching that time unless it redries out, but yeah, big squirrely fight there indeed. So now Cross has to get his head down and get 5 seconds back, or else. Yeah, but bravo to Troy. Made that strategy work like a T. But
yeah,
Joey did just bring up a good point, though, is that Troy did burn his tires, though, in those couple laps. So his ints are going to be a little bit more burnt, if you will. Yeah, used.
Yeah, Cross Tommy is catching 3/10 over 2.
They'll cool down as the lap goes, but for right now, in the first couple laps, he'll probably be a little bit, his tires will be a little bit at the mercy of the game.
They're 3-lap old as well now. And
we got to remember, those 3 laps are on a pretty dry track to a degree, so it will be interesting to see how it works. Chris gets another time penalty right now, and that's not going to help him, because he's got 6, if I'm not mistaken. He does. So right now, Noah would be on the final step of the podium. So Noah really this close, possibly getting his first podium, but we still got over 10 laps to go in this race.
Nearly half the race to go.
So right now, yeah. Cross, let's put it like this. You have to make up, in 9 laps, you have to make up 4 seconds.
Paolo's in the points.
Paolo's in the points, too. He's ahead of Frecci, too. Good on you, Paolo.
Yeah.
But, yeah, 9 laps to go here. Still a lot to fight here. A lot of things happening here. Cross has made up over a second so far on Troy. So, he's doing it, but he's doing it slowly. But now he's lost some time, though. It doesn't look like he's as fast up a Rouge as Troy is on those wets. So it looks like, yeah, now he's back down to 4.5, though. So it looks like he's kind of a little bit, he's good in the corners, but going up in the high-speed corners, it looks like his car's not as set up as Troy's is in the wet conditions.
Yeah, I think this is going to get interesting at the end. Whenever see what Troy's tires are like then.
Yep, that will be definitely a good question to ask him when if he does end up on the podium. But yeah, field is pretty much spaced out here, so there's no real major battles right now. Looks like the closest one would be Logan on Pedro, but right now, yeah, it's just right now the cross.
Catching Paolo.
It's right now a situation of can Cross get to Troy, and can Noah stay within 6 seconds of Chris? That's right now the name of the game.
Yeah, for Noah as well. Yeah, no, maybe a good podium if he can pull this one out of the bag, starting 7th.
And low key right now, I know we don't have any money on these races, but you said Troy was going to win this race, and I said Cross. So low key for our Nostradamus prediction, it's a situation where I'm kind of rooting against you here.
Yeah, I forgot about that actually. Yeah.
Oh, Troy! Oh, it looked like he got a little Tokyo there. Looked like that car got a little squirrely, but didn't lose too much time. Gave me a fright there. I thought he was going around. I thought we were going to see him spin. But Logan on the back of Pedro right now. Pedro not conditioned well for these wets. And Logan could easily make a move here for P6. Well, maybe. We'll see. Let's see how aggressive he is on the brakes in these wet conditions.
Logan into Pedro.
Nope. Logan can't make a lunge here, but he definitely will have possibly an attempt sooner rather than later. So we'll ride on board with Logan here, and we'll watch this because this is our closest battle on track. So we'll see here. Is Logan going to try to get a good run here? Again, with the wet conditions, you're not going to brake where you want to brake. But unlike... Oh, Apollo gets a 5-second for corner cutting. He locked up that last corner horribly. And they didn't even give him a 3-second. They just gave him a straight 5-second. Ouch.
He missed a clue.
Yeah, he cut it badly enough. They gave him 5 seconds.
That's a bad one.
That is a bad one indeed. At least it wasn't 10 seconds. Pedro and Logan fighting here. Logan going to try and move around the outside here. Pedro will have the advantage for the corner, though. We'll see. It's still side by side. Pedro going to get the elbows out. Logan with the switchback. Pedro now has the inside again, and he's going to just pinch Logan out, and Pedro will still hold on to P6. So that will still be advantage Pedro. Fetchy has now passed Paulo for P8. Now, Fetchy's in the grass, though, and gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting. So, looks like we got a ding-dong battle here for P8. And while in P3, Logan now gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting. So I think it's kind of worth noting right now. Actually, I just noticed something. Troy's got a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, I said that earlier. You got a penalty.
Oh, yeah, you're true. Under the... I should listen to you more, Donster. I am truly sorry. I did not even see that. So, right now, I said he had to make up 5 seconds. Oh, no. He has to make up only a second now. So, that's a lot more manageable.
Although that penalty was a bit questionable whenever Frecci kind of outbroke himself and hit into him, and that's why he got the penalty.
True. So it could be a situation where he could argue it gets removed. So Cross still needs to get within 3 seconds, but that could be interesting to see in the stewards if there is a situation where it gets strucken from the record. Anyway, I guess we'll watch Paulo and Frecci battle here, because that is, again, a close battle on track right now. Basically the Ferrari sister team or the Ferrari alliance team fighting the Ferrari main team. Not technically a sister team because it's not really that aligned, but anyway.
It's like the junior team.
Yeah, a little bit. The
little brother team.
Yeah, it's not like the sister team with I guess you could say like the senpai and the kohai of the teams, senior and junior. Yellow flag sector 1. Broomhandle has lost it. Actually, I'll cut back because we had a pass here for this position. But yeah, Broomhandle. Yep, Frecci got by and made the move relatively easy in turn 1, but Broomhandle lost the back end going up a Rouge, so any chance of him getting that podium's out of the question now. So again, it's
damage as well, yeah.
He does. Let me cut back here. Oh, we got to move here for P6. I want to go check Broomhandle, but right now we have 2 battles on track, so we're going to fight someone instead. Logan around the outside again. Can he make it work this time? And again, now on the inside, can't make it work. So Pedro, good defensive driving there, keeps the position. So yeah, back to Broomhandle. Now I'll take a look at his car. Yeah, he's missing an end plate, so he may have to pit. But with so little ace left, but do you pit? Let me ask you that question since you are the driver here. Would you pit under this situation to fix that wing?
It depends how bad it is. Like,
true.
He's lost one side.
Because if he pits, he'll fall down to P7, and he'll have to try to repass Pedro and Logan, and I don't think...
Yeah, them two are battling, so I'd go for the fresh tires and just give everything I got for 5 laps.
So we'll see if he follows your advice here. But, yeah, back up front, Cross is slowly making inroads, but not enough. But, again, this is one of the longest circuits in the game, so he has plenty of time, and he's slowly cutting in.
I'm looking at Broomhandle, and he hasn't really lost too much time through that sector to Pedro, so...
So maybe it's not that bad, so it may try to limp it. We'll see here if he pits. No, he'll stay out. Nope. He is going to keep going.
It's going to be bad for tires, though, at the end as well.
So, yep, Cross Tommy just is within half a second right now. If he can get within a second, he'll do it. He's got plenty of laps still left. He's got 6 laps to do it, while Noah is almost 6 seconds out of Chris, so he's going to need Chris to either catch Cross or break or something. Because Noah is really hungry for that podium, and I've heard him in interviews. He really wants to show the improvements. He's actually learning to drive without traction off and ABS. So he's really trying to prove himself on that new wheel he has, and getting his first UNF1 podium would definitely do that. As it looks like Logan going to try to go side up, a Rouge there. Beautiful pass. Got the elbows out, and he made the move up a Rouge where not a lot of...
Oh, contact.
Well... It was beautiful until that last second there. It was a rose with sharp thorns, as he made it look beautiful going up a rouge, and he got beautiful, and then just kind of elbowed Pedro out of the way there.
Got dirty on the main straight.
I think we're gonna have to send him. I think we're gonna have to send him to the box for 2 minutes for elbowing there. I think.
Yeah, that was a bit mean.
That was a bit mean indeed. I know it's wet conditions, but dang, he just bullied him out of the way. Beautiful for the first half. Second half wasn't as nice, but Pedro probably gonna have some words for that. Don has passed Silencer for 11th, so at least they're fighting for the wooden spoon back here. Still fighting for their own choices.
Well, Frenchie's gonna catch Pedro now if he has that damage, so it's another
But he is 9 seconds though behind. He'd have to gain over a half a second a lap.
I think he gained 3 seconds there within a couple of corners, or maybe throughout that.
We'll keep an eye on his interval for right now, but he's only at 9.8. And remember, also, Frenchie does have a time penalty, though, too.
Yeah.
He's got 12 seconds, so there's no way that's going to stand. Broom handle around again.
Should have pitted.
Yeah, now he's definitely going to lose P6, and he's going to lose P7, definitely. Unless he's got to basically stay out and limp.
Frenchie 8.6,
8.5.
4.
Yeah, Pedro is losing time badly out of the bricks, but I think
love when that happens, though. Whenever you're just sitting there driving, and then you're just like, "Yep, 8.1, 8.2." You're watching it down.
Yeah, it's like it's good when you're the car behind. It's bad when you're the car ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, no, stop.
Anything, please.
But Frenchie has 15 seconds worth of time penalties, though, so even if he gets by, I think he just needs to kind of just not cut, and Pedro will be fine. So I don't think there's any reason for him to pit, because he's probably solid P7. So there's no reason to pit and possibly get hounded by Paulo and It's Me, Mr. G. But, yeah. Anyway, it looks like Silence is pitting, but right now, Cross Tommy's within 3 seconds.
I see that, yeah.
So now he is now de facto leader of this race. Now, whether or not it holds by penalties or not, it's worth noting. Noah's now 7 seconds behind Chris. So right now, your podium is set. If it ended now, it'd be Cross, Troy, Chris, your top 3.
Yep.
Yep, broom handle. Yep, we'll come back. Yep, Pedro. Actually, it's not as falling as bad now, but it is going down. So it is going down.
Yeah, see that now. Yeah.
Trying
it's just probably that he got a bad exit out at the last corner. I think that's what did it.
Maybe now he's getting under grips under the conditions, but we saw broom handle lose it, so it is a situation where if you don't come to terms with it too much, you may end up losing it.
Yeah.
Oh, Troy is pitting. Troy has decided to pit, so I guess, unless it's going to wet conditions, because it looks like it's really come down a lot harder.
It does. Yeah,
Let's see what he goes on, unless he really burned up his int on those 3 laps. No, he's going on wets. Oh, no. So it looks like Chris and Cross are going to try to hold on for dear life. Well, Troy's going to try to pick him off. Don't touch that dial, folks. We got 4 laps to go here. Troy's going to try to go ham mode here. He's going to try to carve through the field like he's on butter, like a hot knife through butter. He's only 4 seconds behind Noah. Noah is just, oh no. This is going to get interesting, folks.
Frenchie is pitting.
Frenchie's pitting as well for wets. I guess there's a good question here. Do you pit?
If you're at the back, you gamble it.
I mean, right now, if you're Noah, risk it. You got nothing to lose, kid. You want that podium, you risk it. But right now, if you're
Noah
Chris...
should have pitted from wets.
That's true, though, but he probably should have, but maybe he didn't think it was a good call. Maybe he wants to risk it. But he could have, though...
caught 7/10 by now.
Because remember, though, Chris, though, does have 6 seconds worth of time penalty, so, that's a risky strategy. He's 8 behind. This is going to be a risk-reward situation. Yeah, now Troy's within 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Yeah.
The wet tires were the way forward.
Noah should have pitted, but the question is, unless he really wants to limp it around, we'll see if Chris and Cross should be able to make it, because I don't think Troy will catch him within the remaining time. I just don't think that's possible. Unless he goes superhuman.
I think because you can't drive properly with the inters in the wet, like.
That is true.
Possible.
But the gap is, pulls up the gap thing right now, is 15 seconds. That is the same gap when he was on ints to them going on softs.
It's slowly coming down there.
It is, but he's only gained a second a lap on Noah. And he's not even gained that much time on Chris. So, he'll definitely get Noah. But it's a question mark of whether or not he'll get Chris. Chris does have 6 seconds, though.
7 now.
He'll get second. Yeah, he'll get second position if he can get within 6 seconds of Noah. So, I mean, Chris. So if he can get past Troy... But then remember, Troy also has 3 seconds as well, so he has to get within 3 seconds. God, this is a head-scratcher of math.
Yep.
Because right now, Troy is not going to get past Noah on this Upper Rouge here. Then, that will be... Then... Oh, God.
I'd say it'd be through the corners, though, that he'd make up most time.
Yeah. Again, I don't think he's going to catch Cross or Chris. Maybe Chris if he can get a foot down, but not Cross.
He's been taking about 8/10 of Noah now.
Yep. But he's not getting that much time on Chris, though, because Chris's time's not falling. Well, actually, let me pull up leader, though. I'm doing that by interval. You know, he's gained about a second on Cross, which is not enough to catch him in 2 laps.
Noah won't let him by either, I don't think.
Yeah, Noah's going to fuck, because remember, Noah doesn't have a time penalty. Torday does. So if he can hold up Troy for the longest time possible and stay within 3 seconds, that podium's his, for at least now. Yeah. So he's got to fight for his life. But he'll probably get him on the straight in Sector 3. That's where he's going to make this pass happen. Yellow flag, Sector 3, silencers around. It's a little too late, I think, for a safety car, unless they really want to throw a monkey wrench in the plan.
Oh,
nope.
Here goes Troy.
Oh, it's Troy was going to try something there. Has to think better of it. Does not want to wreck the car, though, because if he wrecks it, there goes any chance of getting a podium. So he has to be patient. Silencers left the session. He is really just sticking behind him. He's definitely going to get him on the straight now. Now he's basically just changing his gearbox. Yeah, he is now changing his gearbox and everything. Here he comes. Oh, Noah, get him the squeeze. Oh, Noah just... But he can't... Noah can't wreck himself either. He's got to fight like this is his life. But at the same time... Oh, yeah, you can see the speed difference. He gave Noah a bump, but nowhere to go. Now he's going to try to round the outside. Noah got to get the elbows out. But it looks like, yep, Troy's got it. Troy's officially got it. And Troy will hold it going on lap 21. So now Noah has to stay within 3 seconds, though, on Ince. This is going to be key. Troy's 10 seconds behind Chris, though. So unless he can get 7 seconds in 2 laps, I don't think this gamble's paid off.
I don't think so either.
Let's check the other guys that pitted for wets was Frecci, and Frecci's not really made that gamble work either. Because with 12 seconds, he's actually going to end up not getting points now because of his time penalties. But maybe. We'll see. Hold on. Let me just pull up the right thing here.
If I can 9 seconds.
Yeah,
so
Frecci.
10 more seconds.
Yeah, so yeah, it's correct. So maybe he could get it, but it's going to be interesting. So Noah has to stay within 3 seconds if he wants that podium. But right now he's already lost 1.3 seconds. So he's going to need...
For Noah, I think it's going to get out of his grasp today.
He's praying that whatever god up there that exists, that he's hoping it holds. But Cross Tommy, no fret. No issues right now. He's smooth sailing. Same thing with Chris. Smooth sailing. Just no one needed to hold him for one more lap. And you feel for the kid. You feel for the lad.
Although Troy is catching a bit now.
He is. But yeah, not going to be enough. So yeah, we're going to start...
Winters would have been quicker. I don't know.
Maybe, but I don't think that. I think that would have been an even worse decision. Broomhale gets another 3-second time penalty. Noah right now is just hoping that Troy gets another time penalty. I don't know how many cuts he has right now left in the gun, but yeah, he's already 2 seconds behind. He needs him to cut one more corner. But I think Troy's been relatively good at keeping it clean, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Here we go. On the last lap, Cross has already started. Again, unless Cross spontaneously combusts, I think he's got this set because of the 6 seconds Chris has. Yep, Troy has already put 3 seconds on Noah, so Noah's going to need a miracle. Whatever got up there, he's going to need a miracle. What I'm shocked is Broomhandle, even spinning, is still able to hold on to P5. So good on him. So let me pull, actually, yep.
More tense, I need to be,
yeah,
down.
Actually never, well, yep, because if Logan get within another half a second on him, then he can get that time because it's, the Broom has 6 seconds with time penalties.
Yeah.
So yeah, back to the things at hand here. Yep. Nothing really happening up front. Cross is still doing great. Chris is in second. Everyone's really spaced out, so it's just going to come down to penalties.
Ratchet has that time now.
Yep, Frecci's now got the time, so at least worked for him. At least get, yeah, but now he's, but he was in 7th, battling for 8th and 7th. Now he's, true, with penalties, it would have put him probably down to P10 anyway, but it didn't really work out. Like, Troy's going to be stuck at P3, and he's not going to get enough time to jump Chris. So, yeah, I don't think that was a smart decision by Troy. Low-key. I think he thought he could make up more time.
Yeah.
But anyway, as Cross is going to pass Old Lady's house one more time, say hello to Grandma for me, and he's going to have the rundown here. Yeah, Cross has, well, I'll save the spiel till he gets to the last couple corners first, but as long as he doesn't do anything too horrendous here, I think this is definitely going to be a good race for him, and it's definitely going to put him back in a good spot for the points here. And it's going to, he's going to get the last couple corners here, as long as he doesn't loop it. Cross Tommy has won a dry, well, Cross Tommy's about to win a dry, wet, dry race here at Belgium, and as he hits the last section here, he's going to do it, and he's going to win his race for his first win in Tier 2, and that's going to give him home points pay, max payday for him, 26 points. Chris is going to come home in second. Troy going to come home in third, presumably, bearing any other penalties. Troy's going to come home in third. Noah, sadly, just one spot too short. Going to be fourth again. Hate to see it from the kid. Broomhandle, going to come... Well, we're going to have to wait for about 23 seconds for Broomhandle. But Broomhandle is 4 seconds clear of Logan. So Broomhandle should be able to come home P5.
Yeah. GG Cross Tommy.
GG's across Tommy, indeed. Chris as well. Great race from him. Looks like Troy's strategy did not pan out. Broomhandle. Now here comes Broomhandle. Broomhandle will come home P5. Logan will come home P6. Eventually. There we go. Pedro. Now we got to wait for Pedro. Pedro. We're still waiting on Pedro. Trying to kill the time here. Normally we'd cut to like radio or something. We don't have any radio, so just going to have to sit here and watch the other cars come by. Here comes Pedro on P7. Paulo gets a 5-second time penalty. He'll get points. He'll fall down to P9, though, because of penalties, but he'll still at least finish in the top 10. Good points for Paulo. Frecci comes home 10th, and Don, sadly, will be the odd man out. Jenson Button in 2015 Australia, and sadly will be the one driver to finish. Actually, he just jumped Frecci. So, Frecci's going to get no points. So, it looks like the wet switch did not work for either driver. They actually end up getting a net loss. Noah at least gets driver of the day for his troubles, but I bet you he wanted more for his troubles.
Yeah, he wanted that podium. Unlucky.
Unlucky indeed. Great drive, though. Great drive. But yeah, as we will let them celebrate on the podium here, let them do their kisses and hugs, drink the champagne. Cross, first time back on the winner's circle since Japan 2020. So, good to see him back here. Definitely setting himself up nice for another situation here, but still, long way to go in the season. But this will definitely help him in the hunt for the championship.
It brings him back into play anyway.
It does. I will pull up the standings if I can ever find them. So many tabs here. Everything always gets lost. Situation here. Yep. Right now, that will put... Because Joey was on 131, Troy was on 119, and Cross is on 180. So actually, 129... Actually, Troy will take over the points lead because that will put him at 1. Yeah, Troy will take over the points lead. Joey will fall down to second, and Cross Tommy will get over 100 points, but will still be a little bit of ways away. And Broomhandle will get a nice points, will stay in P4. So your top four, excluding Cross Tommy, Troy jumping Joey, your top three is still basically the same between the 3-horse race between Cross, Troy, Joey, and Cross. As you can see, your final results here: Cross second, Chris second, Cross first, Chris second, Troy third, Viper Noah fourth, Broomhandle fifth, Logan sixth, Pedro seventh, It's Me Mr. G eighth, Paulo ninth, MFC Don 10th, Frecci odd man out 11th, Silence 12th, and the rest of the field says sadly the time reset it. But we're now going to invite in our winners here: Cross, Troy, and Chris. And I don't think Chris is on my friends list. So if he is on yours, can you invite him in here? Noah, not Noah. Donsta. Yeah, Chris, the guy that you do not have. Chris. All right, we'll try to get him in here, but if we can, friends list. Actually, you get him because my friends list is good. Okay, now I got it. All right, Cross, and we're looking for. Of course, he's appearing offline, so I have to go down to the bottom of my list. Come on, there we go. Send them some invites. We'll see if we can get him in here for a quick interview. I am going to quickly try to get Chris in here as well.
And Troy.
I already got Troy and I got Cross, so I'm going to try to quickly grab Chris if we can. Cross Tommy has joined. Thank you for joining, Cross Tommy. Please give us 1 second. We will get to you shortly. All right, we're going to quickly add Chris eventually. Come on, send that. Hurry up. All right, hopefully he accepts that, and if he accepts it, then we can get him in here. Well, while we wait, I guess while we wait for him to accept that, if he decides to accept that, we will go with the interview question. So, welcome Cross and Troy to the booth. A lot of words here. Been a long day. Welcome to the booth. Can you both hear us?
Yeah, man.
All right, good. I think I heard Cross speak as well. So, well, Cross, can you hear us? All right, good. So I guess we'll just go down the order of finishing here, and if Chris doesn't get in here, then we'll just have to skip him. But first, we'll start off with our winner here today, Cross Tommy. Cross Tommy, first of all, you did a pretty good drive here today. Looked like you almost had pole in qualifying, but I guess the first question I do have here, since it did rain, dry through the qualifying session, and it was raining during the race, let me ask this question. How did you feel like you were going to have a problem on lap 1, or did you feel like your car was set with a wet setup? Like, how did you feel going from qualifying to the race when you knew qualifying was going to be dry and the race was going to be wet? You did get a good lunge off lap 1. Well, you got that better start off Troy. So, actually, it was Troy. Troy, yeah, you got a good start off Troy. So it did look like you were tuned in for the wet. And I did make a note in commentary. So I guess my next question is that do you feel more comfortable at wet tracks than dry tracks? Because it feels like when we go to a circuit that's wet, it feels like you do a lot better than at a circuit when it's dry. It feels like your wet driving is a little bit better than your dry, but your dry driving is pretty good as well. So I don't want to take that as an insult, but it feels like your wet is just a little bit better than your dry. So do you feel more comfortable in the wet? I guess the next question I do have is that when everyone decided to pit when it was that dry spell, and everyone went on softs and mediums except for Troy, who we'll ask that question to in a minute when we get to him. Were you kind of wondering why Troy was staying on a set of ints, or did you think that the softs would make it long enough when it was dry? Like, did you think the dry period would be longer? Uh, no, he did go in the pits. He pitted for another set of ints, but I guess that was, yeah, worth noting. I do have one more question, but I will throw it to Donst if Donst has got any he'd like to add.
No, I'm just well done on winning the race, Cross. Good to see you back on top.
It is good to see you back. And I guess my last question is, now that you have got your first win in UN Tier 2, do you feel like this will open the floodgates similar to last season when you won 6 straight? Do you feel like this will open the floodgates, or do you feel like you want to keep it a little bit more responsible, knowing that the field is just as strong, if not stronger? So I guess, do you feel like this will give you confidence going into the next couple weeks?
Anvord.
All right, thank you for joining us here today, and we will let you go celebrate with your team, and yeah, thank you for joining us. So anyway, we'll now move on to Troy. So Troy, I guess you did relatively well in qualifying, put it on pole position, but I guess I'll throw the same question to you. Were you kind of concerned when it went wet to dry, like a dry qualifying session and a wet race session? Or did you feel like similar to Cross?
Yeah, as Cross said, since park firmware is off, I'm not too worried about setups and stuff. I would rather have the rain in the quality session and then have it a dry race, since I'm a bit better in the dries compared to the rain. But yeah, it is what it is, man. And Cross did well today. I did pretty much my best to stick with him, and kind of did until that safety car came out, and we had to change strategies and stuff like that, and I went for a completely different strategy. But yeah, kudos to Cross. He was very quick today in the rain, so I think he's deserved to win.
Because I noticed under the safety car as well, when when that safety car came out, you were about to make a pass on Cross. It looked like you had that run, and then safety car came out, and I'm like, oh, I guess Cross just got saved metaphorically by the bell. But I guess my next question is, speaking of strategies, did you think that the wet period was going to be as short as it was? Like it was wet, like that dry stint was so short? Or were you banking on that? Or did you think that it will be wet later? Let's just take some time loss and we'll make it work.
Yeah, I knew for a fact that the dry period wouldn't last for too long, and since we were out during safety cars and stuff, the laps would go way slower and stuff like that. So yeah, I was hoping for the safety car to be out for one more lap probably, because I got jumped by quite a lot of dry runners on the lap, like when the safety car came in. But yeah, I was still happy with my strategy. Probably should have waited a bit during the safety car and come in a couple of laps later, so I could have had Inters who could made it all the way to the end, because I had to box for wets towards the end as well. But yeah, I'm still happy with my strategy still. I don't think it was too bad of a call, and it was a risk that could have paid out, and almost did, and it maybe could, I don't know.
Yeah, I do actually. That was speaking of the last question. So I'm assuming you're basically telling us that you pitted for a set of wets because the ints fell off, or was it a situation where you think the track was getting wet enough they would work?
A little bit of both. Jeff recommended me to go on to the wets. I thought, yeah, my tires are almost dead anyways. I didn't even think they would make it to the end. So yeah, I just boxed for wets, not to lose too many positions and have a puncture maybe.
So you played it conservatively.
Yeah, exactly. It's still a championship fight, and you have to get consistent points. And I thought that I'd rather have 15 safe points than go and risk it for the 25. You know.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because now you are leading the point standings, so you are now technically P1. So that does make sense. But Donster likes to add anything else? I think I'm good on the questions. If Donster likes to add anything.
No, I've nothing too much to add. Just good race again.
Yep.
Unlucky with the tires falling off at the end. Obviously, had to change to the wets, but otherwise,
you almost made it like the cat with the canary. You almost made it work. So, but that does show you are thinking, which is good to see on the racetrack. But yep. Hopefully, we'll see you have a win or possibly a good performance next week, and you can either extend, for at least your hope, extend your points lead on Joey, who will be here next week. So thank you for joining us, Troy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
So anyway, that will do it for Belgium here today. Very interesting race indeed with the wet conditions, the dry, the wet. Next week, we are going to the Dutch circuit, the Netherlands. So we'll probably be a home race for a couple drivers on this grid, especially in Tier 1. So we'll be very interested to see how they perform on the circuit that's a little bit hard to pass. And I think that will be quite interesting to see. I think I will be here next week. I'm not upset if you will be, Donster, but if you are or aren't, I hope to see you. But anyway, anything else you want to say, Donster, before we sign off?
No, just hope everybody tune in for tomorrow for Tier 1.
Yep. Yeah, make sure you watch Donster. If you watch, you can either watch UNF1's channel, where it will be Noah and someone else. You can watch the Twitch channel, which will have Spanish commentary, which is UNF1 Racing on Twitch. Or you can also watch Donster's perspective as well, and you can watch him carve his way up for the field and make the field his quote-unquote father. You can make the face the field his father's. Hey, I'll plug you up a little bit. Now knowing this, you're probably going to bin at lap 1, and you're going to want to wring my neck for giving you confidence, but like JWM Films. But yeah, so make sure you subscribe to all those 3 channels here. And yeah, I think that will do it for here. Next week, Netherlands, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. GMT. But that will be it. Thank you, and we are signing off. So thank you, and good night.